The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
Well, that seemed like a little bit of backhanded concern coming from Grandpa, but who am I to judge? Welcome back, everyone. Bowie's really bad at starting streams, actually. I never know what to say. Alright, let me try to get my bearings a little bit. I believe the last thing that we did was go into the courtyard and get rid of the mosquitoes and stuff.
Just as I feared. Now loosed from their brackish prison, they will spread like locusts across our land.
Alright, so it looks like now that we're getting a little bit farther on, veteran missions are starting to show up. We aren't really ready for those just yet. Our only level 3 right now is Dismas, and he is currently drinking. So for now, let's stick with more novice missions and just get people stronger and get more money and stuff. That's kind of a nice trinket. That's a really nice trinket. Alright, we need deeds too, so I think we should go kill the wizened hag. I'm gonna go ahead and actually purchase one more skill for the Jester that we haven't really toyed around with yet. It's quite useful, quite fun. We're gonna go with a finale build. And I'll talk a little bit more about what that actually means when it becomes more relevant. This is a medium mission, so we want to bring plenty of food and supplies. And we have plenty of money, so it's not... we can bring plenty without having to worry about it. That should... more anti-venom. There's lots of blighters here. That should be good.
I had collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house. There is method in the wild corruption here. It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
Deeds! I need deeds! I have rapidly been finding that deeds are sort of the limiting factor in really getting your hamlet together, because you need them to upgrade the stagecoach and the blacksmith.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Oh my. That's the leper for you.
As
When he
victories
hits
mount,
big.
so too will resistance.
One second.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Sorry, I'm back. Hello. So, my usual strategy for going to fight bosses and whatnot is, I like to play fairly aggressively against enemy encounters so I can minimize the amount of damage that I take. In other circumstances, I play a little bit safer, and I just sort of rely on my various healing skills to get me back up to full, but I've had enough experience by now that I feel like getting to the boss, or at least near the boss, in fairly good shape is kind of important.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
A nice thing about dazzling light is that not only is it a stun, it also keeps your torchlight from going down too much.
Another one falls.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Citron sucks, I'll leave it behind.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded
Love
to the
those
brave and
deeds.
the foolhardy alike.
There's no real reason to go to this room. Like, curios in rooms are usually good, but my inventory is already full, and it's not going to get us any closer to the boss, so perhaps later on in the mission, if things go well, we can actually just go back and get that later. But for now, let's move on closer to the goal.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Well, we have enough food for basically ever, so when we camp, we're definitely gonna feast. We feasted. Ah, right. Here we are. Okay, so this is essentially what the consequence of going into the courtyard is. We now fight bloodsuckers everywhere. Fortunately, I have stress reduction in spades in this party, so I'm not too concerned about having my flagellant get all stressed out. Also, excuse me. An interesting thing about the flagellant is that we haven't seen it yet, but when he gets to 100 stress, he only has one possible affliction. And I assume at some point we're going to run into that, so I'll save that for later. And that was lucky. He resisted the Crimson Curse.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Better de-stress him out a little bit if we can.
Obliterated.
I feel pretty good about the fact that we managed to get through this fight without anybody getting the Crimson Curse.
A faint hope blossoms.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure the boss will not be down there. I think he has to be in one of these three rooms.
Nature herself, a
Good
victim
thing I
to the
brought
spreading corruption,
shovels.
malformed with misintent.
Good thing I brought food. Actually, food is not a huge concern in the Weald. Like, you find those carcasses a lot that you can purify with the herbs, and they give a lot of food. time for the Warren, honestly.
Begone, fiend. Back to the pit.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving. Executed with impunity.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
I think that was worth it. I forget the exact price of bandages. Oh no! I'm surprised. That's bad. Actually, this gives me a good opportunity to do something cool. So this is finale. Finale is a huge single target hit from the Jester that will only usable in rank 1. Once you do use it, he'll get sent to the back, and he gets a pretty big deep dodge debuff for 12 rounds. You can make the hit much bigger by using his musical skills like Inspiring Tune, Battle Ballad, and especially Solo. Since we got surprised here, we didn't really have a chance to buff it up, but if you do, it does a lot more damage than 10.
Eradicated.
The Leper probably has the highest single target damage in the game when he hits. He's kind of a high dispersion character. Very feast or famine.
Well struck. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I have a more tank utility build for the Leper right at the moment, but he also gets some skills that let him buff himself up really high, so he can do almost like a finale kind of thing, like the Jester, where he buffs up forever and then he does one huge hit. It's kind of fun. He's dead. I guess I'll do this just to get rid of a little bit of stress.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Well, charms and stuff do sell for a reasonable amount of money, but I think I'm just going to leave this behind since we're about to open a chest. Nothing down there. Just gotta keep moving.
Mind
that
that
was
such
stupid.
missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
I saw that coming. I scouted it. I just wasn't paying attention. We don't have the right curio for this, but we do have anti-venom if somebody gets blighted, so... Oh, -1 speed. Leper's slow as hell anyway. That's basically nothing. Holy water might actually be useful for the boss here. I think I'll just leave the gold. Given that either of these rooms could have the boss in it, I think it's best if we camp now.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
You always want to prevent nighttime ambushes if you can. Though there are a couple of very galaxy brain strats where you intentionally don't, so you can fight more dudes and get more stuff. Most of our party is actually religious, so pray is pretty good here. We get like plus 15% protection on most of our party members.
The light, the promise of safety.
Alright, one direction is as good as another.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. Death by inches.
Oh, I even gave you plus accuracy. Come on now. Like I said, high dispersion character. The dog is dead, so I might as well just use buff skills while I have the chance.
Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud. A fortune, waiting to be spent.
And what's behind door number 1? Dogs. The real boss fight. Dog stack. So I believe, as we have previously witnessed, these dogs are more than capable of inflicting rabies if they hit you, though the chance is fairly low. I believe we also discussed that rabies is, borderline beneficial in this game because it gives you a plus 15% damage buff. The accuracy debuff is annoying, but it can definitely be argued that leaving it on is actually the best play.
This expedition at least promises success.
Sometimes a coffin is just a coffin. I would say that heirlooms are more important than 375 gold. Might as well pop that while we have the chance. And here she is.
Twisted and maniacal. A slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
So, the wizened hag has some interesting abilities, and an interesting friend in the cauldron.
The ground quakes.
Into the pot. So, now that our flagellant is in the pot, he will take quite a bit of damage each turn. And obviously he can't do anything while in the pot. However, the flagellant being in there is probably the best case scenario. Because he will get stronger as he takes more damage, and being able to sort of ensure that is a good thing. Though since the pot is the only thing that the leopard can hit at the moment, let's go ahead and get him out of there. Or try. Now, here is what a buffed up finale does. A lot of damage. I'm working on it! itself does not do, like, very much damage. Once somebody is in the pot, she will either season to perfection and throw a frog on you, which is very stressful. Or she will use meat tenderizer, which does light damage to everybody.
A devastating blow.
The pot is immune to damage while somebody is not in it. Since we have the opportunity, let's exsanguinate the pot. Well, no, we should kill the hag.
The wood is still poisoned. The way is still blocked. But less people will be eaten.
Big mood, Grandpa. Big mood. Well, honestly, it's so far back that we should just leave. Technically missing out on value, but also, it's a long way to walk. Alright, it seems like somebody is wasting away from the curse, so we need to feed them some blood. Look at all those deeds, though! Oh, yeah. Oh, we have 2 more level 3 heroes. We might be able to actually take on a veteran dungeon without too much trouble now. Oh no! The flagellant needs a drink.
In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
Alright, that was a resoundingly successful expedition. I am quite pleased. Alright, I've never done this before. I think that if you just leave a wasting hero in town and you have blood, they will automatically drink it. If anyone can confirm, that would be nice, but honestly, I'm not sure there's actually like an interface to give them blood. We almost have enough for level 2 armor smithing, which will be good. We can also upgrade the hero barracks again. Or the stagecoach. Now, maybe we should do the hero barracks. Having more heroes is never a bad thing. Oh, but I think I'll save up for armor. I like to see numbers go up. A lot of the time, what I like to do is just see what's available before I do anything major in town, and then sort of plan what I'm going to do around what missions I can do, if that makes sense. I still want more deeds. Alright, I have an idea. Oh, right. Now that they're level 3, they can't go on whatchamacallits. They can't go on apprentice. They can't go on apprentice missions anymore because they're too arrogant. Well, in that case, let's just use this opportunity to train up some lobies. I believe this will also be the first time on stream that I'll get to show off the Man-at-Arms, one of my favorite classes. Just making sure everybody has the proper skills. There's nobody who actually benefits from marked in this party. Okay, we can do that. Alright, we should be good to go. Okay, leave enough blood for them or they may die. They have plenty. Only gonna bring a couple torches because since I'm bringing the antiquarian along, I want to leave it dark so I can get the most value as I can. And you know, if something bad happens, then something bad happens. But I have enough healing with the occultist, I think. Oh, I forgot trinkets again. Fuck. Oh God. Don't ever make me talk and play video games at the same time, or I'll be very bad at both.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Oh, it's fine. It's an apprentice dungeon. I'm sure we'll be alright.
A singular strike.
Alright, so let's talk about the trinketless man-at-arms. The man-at-arms has a couple of interesting moves. The first one is Retribution, probably his signature move. He'll attack an enemy with a weak blow, mark himself, and gain riposte.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Formation
There we go. They finally attacked him.
Maintain the offensive.
Marking is kind of a hit or miss mechanic sometimes in regards to enemy AI. It doesn't actually make you that much more likely to get hit, because I believe they will only prioritize it if they have moves that do more damage to marked targets, but I appreciate the thought.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Man, I don't need to bring trinkets if I just pick them up in the field. OSP, baby. Should have changed those too, but as established, we're not too good at video games here. Well, that's useful.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Can't win them all, but it's better than losing. Now here's a fun ability, Eldritch Pull. It's basically like the bounty hunters,
Unforeseen.
get over here, come hither, or whatever it's
Unforgiving.
called. You just yank somebody out from the back and put them in the front so you can beat them down easier. Very useful for people like the Madman, or just all those fuckers that hide at the back and stress you out. Enough anti-venom. I'll just go ahead and use it so he doesn't... Well, no, that's only... That's nothing. That's nothing. So here is the 1-2 combo that's really good with the man-at-arms. First you get riposte, then you use the cover me move, and then you can have the antiquarian use protect me on the man-at-arms. So he is basically taking 3 out of 4 hits for your team, and always doing the whole riposte thing.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
He's also super buffed up because he's got the buffs from Protect Me and his whatever it's called. Didn't really come into play this battle because it was a bunch of worms nobody gives a shit about, but you know, the idea is there, and I appreciate the idea.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Actually, you know, I wonder if I could have gotten trinkets, or not trinkets, just stuff from the books if I had used the antiquarian. Nothing here. That's a little disappointing. Oh, you're fine, you big baby. So, how's everybody doing today? Chat's been a little quiet so far. I'm assuming people can hear me because I struggle to see the reason why 10 people would be watching just this with no commentary over it.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Healer you shall have. Damn, that's a good heal.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Now, as I've gone over what the flagellant does several times now, I'm fairly comfortable leaving him kind of low. Because he gets stronger when he's weaker. Like so.
terrible assault cannot be left unanswered. Impressive.
I sort of wish I had stressful relief right about now, but you know. If he gets afflicted, it's fine, mostly.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
The wasting sickness is sort of annoying, though. Now, speaking of high dispersion,
Her death by inches. Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
nice thing about the Warrens, tons of food. And thanks to the magic of quote-unquote medicinal herbs, it's safe to eat.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Huh, nobody in this party has good trap disarm. Sometimes you just gotta trust to luck and hope for the best. Jesus, this guy is sick. Alright, he's going straight into the sanitarium when we get back. One thing I don't think I've touched on just yet is, oh, lucky.
A moment of clarity in the eye of the storm.
Is the way that the music in this game works. As, things get darker, the more intense and loud the music becomes. So, like, in the Warrens, when it's pitch black, you can hear pig squeals all over, and the drums are all over the place, and it's very spooky.
Ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
Go ahead and redeem our man-at-arms just so things keep under control. Oh, wait, I think I'm mistaken.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Okay, he can only protect one person at a time. I'm not sure if that's actually something that they changed or if I've just been a fool.
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands.
Weird reconstruct on thyself. Huh. Slightly unlucky, but probably fine. That's more like it. Oh, so we're bleeding. Oh, it's a light bleed. It's not a big deal.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I'll just use up those torches so I can get the deeds. Emeralds are more valuable. Who do you want to try to disarm the trap? Alright, you're up again, occultist. Not bad, not bad. What could we toss? Well, we don't need the journal page. Journal pages are bullshit. I'm feeling extremely holy right now. Serves you right, greedy. There just weren't very many battles here. Alright, let's test and see if we... Never mind. Messing with that guy's order also makes these guys weaker. Well, sort of. If he hadn't died immediately, that would have been true. Bleh. looks like we managed to get through without anybody getting afflicted, which is good. I like that when that happens. Affliction basically means that you have to spend money on stress reduction instead of just letting it go down passively, which if you have enough heroes you can do, kind of.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
We've scouted out the whole place, so we know for a fact that there are no more blockages. There's just one more curio to get and then we can leave.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Good luck on the trap disarms. I appreciate that. Alright, now we can test the theory. Guess not. It's just a purely quirk-related thing. Oh well.
The twisting tunnels seem a little less impossible.
I'm not sure if I've mentioned this about the antiquarian yet or not, but you might have noticed that when you have her in your party, you can actually hold more gold in a stack. That's a pretty good quirk.
Finally, the serum is working.
And the side effects are manageable.
I believe that might be our first town event that wasn't either guaranteed to happen or just mosquitoes buzzing around. Town events can be bad or good. I think they're usually good. Since it's free, I'll go ahead and send him in there. I was gonna do it anyway. We have money. It might be time to start thinking about locking in positive quirks so they don't get replaced by bullshit. Before that, I'll give it some thought. But we can upgrade level 2 armor now.
A sharper sword, a stronger shield, anything to prolong a soldier's life.
It's a good thing we took the antiquarian, because this gets expensive pretty quickly. Now, I think that it could be successfully argued that I'm doing this too, freely. Because there's no real guarantee that any of these will actually be useful. But I think it's a good investment. The higher level you get, the more you want to have your heroes at least tougher, so they don't die and you don't have to do it all over again. How are we doing on our blueprint goals? I believe that we wanted the sanguine... I believe we decided on the sanguine vintners. Still need quite a few more busts for that. It's otherwise free, which is nice. I'm sort of looking at the bank longingly, but, you know. We'll get there when we get there. That's a good trinket, but I don't think we're ready for a veteran courtyard mission. Your opinion is noted. I'm just checking to see what we can do. Yeah, sure, let's bring the usual suspects and equip them with trinkets this time. As usual, Dismas gets his own head. The Crusader is slow as hell already, so I'll just give him the Book of Intuition so we don't get surprised. Give the Plague Doctor that sick-ass rare trinket. Alright, I like it. Let me just go unlock Wicked Slice real quick, because bleeding does... Well, actually, no. No. Don't need to. Bleeding is still good. There's still cultists and shit in the ruins. Did want to do that, though. Let's do another short one. I'm a little low on money after that upgrade spree, so I don't want to spend too much on provisioning. That should do it.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
I was a hell of a scout.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Maybe if we're lucky, we'll find a secret room and get another head.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I believe this is our first veteran mission, actually, so, as you might note, all of the enemies are a little bit tougher. They've got better stats and more HP. We should be more or less equipped for it, though. These guys are just getting in each other's way.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
They're literally just gonna keep using Stumbling Scratch because they keep replacing each other. That's really funny, actually. Cultists, not very smart.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
This is a new move for the Crusader I don't think I've used on this file yet. Inspiring Cry. It gives you a significant torch boost, and it also recovers some stress and does a little bit of heal. It's a nice, just general, I don't have anything else to do this turn move. I like it.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
like you shouldn't be able to dodge when you're stunned.
Impressive.
I'm not... Oh god, that's a lot. Not hugely worried about stress damage at the moment because I do have Inspiring Cry to get it back. But it's always good to avoid if you can. Should take care of her, yeah.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I could be mistaken, but I believe that the loot tables for veteran dungeons are also more lucrative. So, as in all things in this game, it's sort of a higher risk, higher reward situation.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Since this is a veteran mission, I'm trying my best to keep my light up. Meh. That's fine. I probably won't take Dismas too much into the ruins.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Oh, that was such a bad misclick. What am I doing? I suppose I should say this is probably the most I've ever streamed in a row, so I'm a little out of my element, maybe. I'm a little tired.
The wounds of war can be healed, but
never
Well, that's an
hidden.
affliction.
The walls close in. The shadows whisper of conspiracy.
That wouldn't happen if I just used the damn shovel. The witch doctor is not a fan of activated almonds. Not the witch doctor, the plague doctor. Witch doctor is Diablo and racist. My formation is all discombobulated, but it doesn't matter that much.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
If you use holy water on one of these altars, then you get a negative quirk removed for free, which is always good. It's the damn shovel. That's actually good. This Renault can only pray, so Nymphomania is neutral at best. Oh, hello. These are some new enemies. The Bone Spearman and the Bone Commander. I don't know what they do. I've never gotten this far in the game before. That's largely fine, honestly. Pretty high stun. Resistance. Words. I should probably just focus on doing damage. Renault! Have you seen how big that guy is?
Slowly, gently. This is how
try
a
that one
life
again.
is taken.
Bonk.
The slow death, unforeseen.
Yeah, I feel that, Plague
Unforgiving.
Doctor. My vapors are also off sometimes. They attract skeletons. Do you have another move?
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Alright, what to toss? Alright, we can safely get rid of our shovels, I'm pretty sure. And we don't even have to visit that last room, I'm fairly certain.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
I don't know, I'm just sick and tired of dealing with journal pages.
To fall for such a little thing. A bite of bread.
I think, an old stress eater kind of fucked me over there. Oh well. Because usually you have the option to eat when you have 4 food, but...
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
Well, I got a lot of heirlooms.
We dug for months, years, an eternity. And we were rewarded with madness.
Alright, Plague Doctor needs to chill the fuck out. So does Renauld. Creeping cough is real bad, so we need to get rid of that. The creeping cough is actually the name of a number of different old-timey diseases of the lung. But I believe that most often it is in reference to either whooping cough or tuberculosis, which are both were both very deadly before the advent of disease control and antibiotics and stuff. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. It's a shame that all of my level 3 guys are currently stressed the fuck out, because that's a really nice trinket for the Jester. Alright, I think of... Which do I want? Well, I already... That's a pretty good one for, Renaud. So let's go back to the Weald. Trying to think of who I want to take along. Heaven's Devils, okay. Wish we had a Houndmaster. I could use some more bleed in this party, but I think we'll be able to get by okay. Now I just need to remember to outfit everybody with trinkets and we'll be fine. Have all that many good trinkets for this team, unfortunately, so I guess I'll just take what's mostly I know to be good. Take and blood. Just in case my Hellion gets thirsty. Or I need a damage buff.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
use a supply item on that. Gold is gold. Never turn your nose up. Huh. There's not really a good way to do this, is there? I guess we could just skip that room.
If only
Deeds.
treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Alright, well, craving isn't good, but it does mean I can feed the blood and get a pretty big damage buff. If necessary, anyway.
Back to the pit.
Alright, maybe I better feed her sooner rather than later.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. A trifling victory.
I'll feed the Hellions
But a victory
before
nonetheless.
next fight.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
So this is Bloodlust. Sometimes that happens and it sort of sucks, but the damage boost is, and the various resistances and speed, it's all pretty good. Unless you miss.
Another one falls.
Executed with impunity. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
This promises to be a fairly short mission, though I will need to backtrack at some point.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Be gone, fiend.
Another abomination cleansed
Spiders
from our
are
lands.
not the most terrifying of foes at this point. Everybody has level appropriate upgrades.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
What can I drop? Like I said, I want as many deeds as possible.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
That didn't really do anything, but I think it was my highest damage option. Maybe a missile artillery would have been better. I don't know. I should have looked. Yeah, it was 5 to 8, my bad.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, Hellions a little thirsty for the abomination. Who am I to judge?
This
Bloodlust can
expedition
definitely be a
at least
double-edged
promises
sword, but
success.
most of the time the benefits outweigh the detriment.
Wealth beyond measure,
Most of the
awarded
time.
to the brave and the foolhardy alike. Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Sort of wish I hadn't discarded the anti-venom now, but whatever. I'll just have him drink from the fountain and his stress will be much better. Almost. I'm a little wary of transforming with how stressed out my occultist is, so I think I will do my best not to, unless absolutely necessary. Just stunning things with the chain is perfectly fine.
A decisive
Yeah.
covering.
I've been getting pretty lucky. With just surprising the enemy party in this dungeon, which is always good. Having the alpha strike is... Why can't I think of a word here? Why am I so bad at this? Having the Alpha Strike is very helpful in preserving the general status of your heroes and conserving resources. There, that wasn't so hard.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Much better. Let's try the lunge and shadow fade combination. I'm quite fond of heroes that can just sort of zip back and forth like that. Alright, repeat after me. This time, we will click on the shovel.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
We can keep going.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Wow, I really am getting lucky with those. I mean, it was spiders, so I was never really in any danger, but that was a flawless fight, and I appreciate that.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Especially since I'm in here more or less when I don't have to be. I guess we'll go take a look at that curio and disarm the trap for the stretch the leaf. And we can leave. Well, we got a shit ton of journal pages. If only I could sell them.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Came out pretty well money-wise on that one. Can't complain.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
Alright, so here's a new thing for Crimson Court, the Fanatic. An excommunicated madman has responded to the growing infestation in kind. Fueled by conviction, he is merciless and plies his trade with extreme prejudice. The Fanatic will stalk parties with infected heroes. I believe he will only show up in dungeons if you have 2 infected heroes with you. But he's a pretty dangerous foe, so you need to be aware. Reynold lost 1,000 gold after becoming overcome with emotion and donating generously. I guess I can't be mad at that.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
I don't really know what this means that he's just standing here, though. It's a little disconcerting. Nothing is really catching my eye in terms of rewards, so we should probably just go with what will be easy. I'm just gonna purchase one more new skill for the shield breaker. It's a cool one. I say as if I have to justify myself. In my opinion, it's quite important to upgrade healing skills to keep up with how much HP values can start to inflate. Definitely want to take a lot of food. Yeah, I overbuy, but I've got the antiquarian with me, so I'll make it back. Probably. Maybe. I hope.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
I forgot trinkets again. Fuck. Whatever. got blood. What the difference between a dodge and a miss is? There's probably one. Definitely gonna want to build that Sanguine Ventures, I think.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Well, as long as they keep attacking the people with the curse, it should be okay.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Annihilated.
I definitely want that. Time to just sprinkle that over myself, I guess.
In Radiance, may we find victory. Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent. The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
No secret rooms. That's always a little sad.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Alright, so here's the cool skill I was talking about. The Shieldbreaker has fucking snake magic or something. She can use it to inflict blight.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Obliterated.
Can also do a lot of damage. I discovered this entire dimension of her character on my other file last night, and I was very pleased.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
What should we ditch for the portrait? Anti-venom. What he said. The Shieldbreaker is basically just completely made for the Cove. She does Blight, she can prevent this asshole from bodyguarding, all sorts of good stuff.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Here's her other Blight skill, Adder's Kiss. She can only use it in position 1, but she can use it to like immediately just jump back to the second position. So she is another character that just kind of slides around all over, and I enjoy.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Precision and power.
Ha! Idiot! He's gonna die.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light? The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
hate having to make decisions like these. Honestly, I just think that heirlooms are almost always more valuable than low-level treasure like jade. Ooh, coral. Okay, who has the worst negative quirks here? Oh, these are pretty bad. Alright, that's the one I kind of wanted to go away because Hylomania sucks.
Destroyed.
How can you miss a snail? They're supposed to be slow. Jeez, fish guy's hurt. It's probably the best target for that to go on because he can heal his own stress stuff.
This expedition at least promises success.
Whew, okay, well I definitely need bus. Interpret that how you will, but I definitely need these for the vintners, so... I think I can let the crests go for now. Mostly I just want to save my medicinal herbs just in case I run into another coral and I can get a quirk removed. Now for everybody's favorite thing, backtracking. Can't be helped. Good thing I picked some up. As usual, I will try to wait until we're about to have a fight before I use it. And again, it did last quite a long time. not coral, but there's no guarantee that I'm gonna get coral. I already have one of those.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Chance you can get a positive quirk from this, so I want to make sure that my Vestal got it, because she doesn't have as many. Secret room! I still have keys left.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
No blood in the blood crate, sorry to say. My head collection! It grows! Christ, you guys are hungry. Alright, I think we should probably go ahead and camp. Try and get some stress down. Free up a space in the inventory.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
The light
The promise of safety.
Moans and cries, lost in the darkness.
So this is a unique thing to the Shieldbreaker. If you camp with her, she has a waking nightmare, and this introduces the stealth mechanic.
Decimated.
Basically, these enemies are in a lot of ways like a way to teach you about some of her less straightforward mechanics, like the way that she can bypass guards and expose stealth enemies. It's kind of neat, though it's a nasty surprise the first time you see it. I wonder if this part just doesn't have music.
The ground quakes. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
So each time, I think this happens like every time you camp with her, you get a journal entry about her backstory. And you also get some rewards. Like the venomous vial. She also gets the permanent buff for the rest of the quest that she takes 33% less stress damage, which is good because that encounter stresses her out quite a bit.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
I wish scouting happened more often. It's annoying to just wander into rooms and hope that there's something there. It's like, we gotta do it, because this is an explore all rooms mission, but...
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
And that's the last of the food, so hopefully we can get through this without failing any hunger checks. There's a curio in there, and I'm pretty sure we won't get one immediately. So let's go ahead and keep exploring for now. She's been craving longer, so...
Death by inches.
Don't have to worry about him blowing up. Oh no, my antiquarian is stunned. What will I do?
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
She's fine. I don't know why they hate her so much, but she's fine. See? Totally fine. It's just not a priority target, guys. I'm sorry.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright, we are in good shape, so let's get these 2 curios and then leave. I understand why from a gameplay perspective, of course, but one thing I don't really get, just in terms of verisimilitude, is why having high torchlight surprises the monsters. You'd think that would make you easier to see.
Back to the pit. Eradicated.
That's a pretty nice find. discarded so much jade this run. I'm sorry. I don't have any medicinal herbs left, but... I mean, that is a reasonable place to try and find blood. I'll say that much. Much more so than, like, a crate.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Speaking of carrying it home, I think we're done.
We will find all manner of great and terrible things in this watery tomb.
Slightly unreasonable amount of gold from that, but I'm not complaining.
Can you feel it? The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
Idol, amulet, or lucky charm. The simplest object.
I
can
have
be
an
a
embarrassment
talisman
of crest at
against
the
evil.
moment, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Nomad Wagon, just because sometimes you get something nice in there. And they're so expensive that a 10% discount is actually pretty significant. Well, Trollville needs to take a break. Go flagellate some of that bad blood. There's a lot of potential things that you can do in town. Sometimes I get a little bit of choice paralysis. Like, there's lots of, negative quirks or positive quirks I'd like to lock in, but that costs a lot of money and there's only one slot per week. Not quite enough deeds just yet, though I think we might be able to upgrade the barracks. Nobody I'm really interested in right now.
more arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
But next week might be big. For now, let's go ahead and just see what our options are. Demon's Cauldron. We could try to kill the siren. But then again, we were just in the cove, so... Lots of choices. The reward isn't very good, but we haven't been in the Warrens all that much, so maybe that's where we should go. Oh boy, that's a lot of trinkets. Okay. Alright, so, the cultist is going to be our primary healer for this, so we should give him the heal up item. He's also pretty fast, so I don't want to put anything too debilitating to his speed on. I'm remembering my trinkets. Aren't you proud of me? I should upgrade his weapons. I'm proud of myself, but I need to upgrade weapon. Okay, that should be enough. Alright then. And off we go. I've had a pretty consistent 10 viewers, but I don't think anybody said a word in chat, and that's a little sad. I hope y'all are doing okay.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Another one falls.
Alright, he'll die.
Back to the pit.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I think the only thing that particular outcome for the books just it lowers your torchlight to simulate the passage of time.
Executed with impunity.
Munch.
Be gone, fiend.
This expedition at least promises success.
Click
Such
on the
blockages
shovel.
are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Always happy to see one of these. The Antiquarian is one of my favorite classes because I love to be rich.
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands.
Oh, there goes my flawless run.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
What to ditch? I always seem to end up ditching the holy water first. I wonder why I insist on taking it so often.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Accuracy stone. I'll leave it. It's not worth that much.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Books don't get me loot. Fuck books. The surprise was unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure I can deal. Launch.
Eradicated.
That's the big threat gone. I'm gonna check something real quick. Oh, and a big thank you to Hitomi for auto-hosting me. Oh, are people saying things in the chat now? I see a message.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I finally did.
As the fiend
Oh god,
falls,
I've missed so
faint
much.
hope
I'm so sorry.
blossoms.
Fuck, but that sucks. I just thought people were being quiet. Oh dear. Well, I'm here now, I guess. Hello. What can I ditch for an emerald? Well, sure there's stuff that's important in chat. I like you guys. I like to talk to you. I guess I don't need this key. There aren't very many locked things in the Warrens. Incoming secret room one time. This is why hunger is bullshit, by the way. I just ate a shit ton of food because I had a surplus, and now I'm suddenly hungry again after walking 2 steps. fuck is that?
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I think that in most aspects this game is very good and fun and well put together, but I don't understand why hunger is so fucking weird.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Oh right, that's a buff, not a... Well, my antiquarian is super jacked up now. We are in Fleinfettel, so let's keep going to the last room and see what we find. I gotta get more shit. What do I use on this thing? Okay, nothing, I guess. That pile of bones just owned me.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Just as an aside, I think Sacrificial Stab is like low-key one of the best skills in the game. It's just very reliable, and there's a lot of stuff it does bonus damage against.
Continue the
Yeah,
onslaught.
fuck 'em up, Core.
Destroy them all.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I'm so rich right now. And that's the end of that.
The swine folk's labyrinth.
Like,
may
I
yet
understand why
prove to be
food doesn't go
navigable.
into storage, because food is, in most cases, perishable. But the fact that excess torches just get sold back is a little wiggles hands. Oh no, Hyalomania. Alright, I think I'm gonna put him in the... Tuckered Out is largely immaterial for the class that does no damage ever. But I think I'd better fix that on Bretouille.
We dug for months, years, an eternity, and we were rewarded with madness.
Alright. Torlevy is now faithless, but I don't really care because I don't like sending people to get flagellated anyway. We don't have an Arbalist yet, actually.
Shoot, bandage, and pillage. The dancing steps of war.
Arbalist is definitely, unique. Do I take another Vestal on? I don't know, I think 2 is probably enough. I really wish a Houndmaster would show up, though. I got like 1 and it died to the Shambler. The horror. Holy shit. Okay, I could spend most of my money on one of these. But are any of them actually that good? Like, the Martyr Seal has a lot of plus, but you have to be at death's door. And I don't like being at death's door. It's scary. The Book of Sanity, minus 20 stress could be good. Alright, Plus versus Eldritch is a little bit, niche for now. Okay, I think I'm gonna buy the Book of Sanity. Actually, let me see if I can upgrade this real quick.
Rarities and curios. Sold at a profit, of course.
And there we go. See, I told you upgrading that thing would pay off. Now I just have to remember to actually equip it. And that is admittedly a bit of a struggle. Let's see what we have available. That's always my policy. I don't really like that trinket very much, if we're being honest. Like, ideally, you don't want to have to be in a situation where you need to get a virtue. Interesting. That makes you hyper-powered if you have bloodlust. This charm is very angry. This diary is so salacious, and I don't think it's changed. Alright, I think we can... The thing is, I'm sort of holding off on some of these boss fights until they offer a trinket that I really like. This just seems way too narrow an application. And this just seems kind of bad, so I think I'll do something else. Alright, I think we have enough money that we can afford to not take the antiquarian along. Though this is a little low on healing. Oh, I should check skills. Basically, the two classes I really want right now are a Houndmaster and a Bounty Hunter, and then we're pretty much set. IMO. Well, actually, I think I can upgrade his shit. I'm so indecisive, I'm sorry. But if we're going without like a real healer, we need to be careful. Alright. Remembering to equip trinkets. Gonna give me old buddy Maynard the Book of Sanity and Barristan's Head. That way he just has plus 20% protection. Which is pretty fucking strong, if you ask me. Vernold gets Dismas's Head again, and also the Bleedstone. Maybe I should give... Actually, no, I'm gonna give Dismas's Head to Zelen 2.0. What do I give to the Helene instead? Disease resist, I guess. I don't want to get rabies. Think. Something... I guess the booties. And because you are only healer person, you get healing skills on Wield Folk. Great. Great! I guess Blight resists too. Always not plenty of medicinal herbs and anti-venom going in here. And that should do us. One more bandage. The doggies can bleed. Yeah, the Ancestor is definitely one of the highlights of this game. Old grumpy, insane grandpa.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Let's go ahead and see what this curio is. I'll take it. Now we're so close we can just sort of... Once I figure out how to click on the door, we can just backtrack. I think it's fine that backtracking will give you stress. It would just be nice if going back in the door that you came wasn't absolutely impossible.
Otherworldly corruption.
Oh, wow.
Strike.
I did not expect that to do that much damage.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, so in, moving on from that 30 damage critical hit, let's talk a little bit about the Arbalist. The Arbalist is a ranged attack specialist. She can hit basically anywhere from behind except for rank 1, and she can also use blind fire to just hit whoever and buff her speed. She also has Battlefield Bandage, which is a unique healing skill in that it also buffs the target with more healing received the next time they're healed. So she works best in conjunction with another off healer like the Flagellant or maybe even the Occultist. Can you always see traps before they go off? Unfortunately, no. You have to scout them out first, which is sort of a random chance thing depending on how bright your torch is and what quirks you have and which characters you bring.
Continue the onslaught.
Destroy them all.
What the hell? Fuck that. I am going to continue adventuring, thank you.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Spare me from all these journal pages, God. I think I remember reading once that back when the game was still in beta, journal pages were like absurdly rare, so I think maybe they course corrected a little bit too hard on that one. No, whether or not you get hit by traps is pretty much entirely up to your scouting chance. So at least it's a little bit consistent.
Begone, fiend! Back to the pit. Weakened. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
I was gonna use the bandage on that. The character in front that looks like a witcher. Do you mean the grave robber? The grave robber is basically just a flex character. She can hit, basically everywhere with, thrown dagger and pick to the face. She can also do a lot of damage with lunge and shadow fade, where she goes to the front, then goes to the back with shadow fade and stuns somebody on the way out. She also has some blight skills. Like, she's definitely somebody that you put in your party to fill a role that you don't have with somebody who can also kind of do other stuff. She doesn't really have a dedicated position to fill, like, say, the Arbalest, in that she doesn't just do long-range bullshit. She can do long-range bullshit, but she can also do pick-to-the-face bullshit.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands. Executed with impunity. This expedition at least promises success. The way is lit. The path is clear.
Yeah, you should always try and before you commit to taking anybody, you should probably take a look at what their skills are, and if you have the money, head to the guild and get some that work better. If they're all like stupid status shit, like toxin trickery or blight darts. Oh my fucking Christ. Okay. I don't think there are any curios that take torches in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and toss them. The greatest scout of all time. Another thing that the Grave Robber is pretty good at is that her thrown dagger skill gives her a buff that gives her more accuracy over time.
Another one falls.
So if you're facing somebody with a lot of evasion, she can sort of pick through that in combination with throwing daggers and potentially having somebody else mark them, because they do extra damage when marked. I was gonna show that off this dungeon, but there was literally nobody here.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright then. That was extremely uneventful.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought.
Like, that's kind of annoying, because I think I might have actually just legit spent too much on provisions. I think that's the shortest dungeon I've ever done.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
They must have the blood, and they can have the blood. I have plenty, I'm pretty sure. Though at some point I need to go back into the courtyard and try and get some more. Houndmaster? Houndmaster! 2 Houndmasters. Gambler and Necromania. Meditator. Blondes have more fun?
A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
I think I'm gonna take on a second jester, too.
He will be laughing still at the end.
Oh yeah, if you're having money troubles, just call on your old pal the Antiquarian. She will hook you the fuck up. Maynard could probably use some stress relief. Go have yourself a nice time. However you pronounce that name could also use some help, so I think I'll go ahead and have him meditate. Everybody else seems to be doing okay. Alright, let's take a look at our new acquisitions. Now, I would say that the Houndmaster's biggest advantage over other classes is that he is so incredibly versatile, so I kind of want all of his skills available in a pinch. As for the Jester, I think I'd like Finale. Finale would be good. Battle Ballad is... yeah, I have the money. I'll get him Battle Ballad. The one skill for Jester that I'm not a huge fan of is Dirk Stab. It seems really, redundant if solo is available. I mean, I guess it does do damage, but the -10 accuracy buff on everybody is actually kind of nice, so... and... noises. Unequip the trinkets. Let's go see where we can go. We could fight a cannon. A tough ring. That's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. This tambourine is filled with dark energies. Oh, a Satan stick. Oh, but it's all for dark runs. Boo. We've got the Abomination's Chastity Belt. Yeah, I know it's suicide. I'm just looking. Just looking. Alright, I kind of like the Satan stick, so let's fight a boss. Yeah, this should be enough healing, I think. I guess the question is, do I want to keep taking this Hellion or switch out for somebody else? I think taking the Houndmaster is kind of asking for it, since I've also got a newbie Jester, so let's stick with this for the time being and see how we do. I am restless. Once again, she gets Junius's head because nobody else can make use of it. And Blight Charm again. Okay, I think we're kitted out. I'm not going to take as much food as I usually do on a medium mission because I know that the Warrens has a ton. Okay, that should do it. I think we have all of the essentials. One holy water, just in case.
The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are difficult to master.
Oh, you telling me?
Those from beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality. The timing of the chants is imperative. Without the proper utterances at precise intervals, the process can fail spectacularly. A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
Well, this map layout is obnoxious as hell. I guess it must be one of these. Just not sure which.
Watch your step.
Like I said, food, not a problem here. Oh, you're fine. Just sing a song a couple of times. You'll be fine. Where is everyone? I believe that the random sanity drops just are determined by the light level, and you just sort of accrue them over time automatically during dungeons.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
I have no fear. But no, seriously, where the fuck is everyone? Why did you think there would be booze in there?
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Executed with impunity.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
It's really not.
Obliterated.
A death by inches.
Bonk.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
As you can see, I already have 2 full stacks of food, so... Make no mistake, there's a lot to be found in the Warrens. Hell. I hate playing the what to toss game. Alright, well, on the bright side, we know pretty much for sure where the boss is. I would recommend planning differently for which area you're going into, because, they tend to have thematic elements that you can prepare for. For example, in the Warrens, lots of enemies use Blight and they're weak to bleed. So, bringing bleeding heroes and some anti-venom can get you a lot farther than it would in, say, the Cove, where the opposite is true. Where they are resistant to bleed, but they're quite vulnerable to blight.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Another one falls. Begone, fiend.
I'm gonna sandbag a little bit on this because I want to get a stress reduction in.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Curse your alcoholism. That doesn't seem like something a flagellant should have.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
It's 1 damage per round for 2 rounds. You'll be fine, I promise.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Hello, hello.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Oh good, they're surprised. This group could be potentially disastrous because they could just gang up on one person.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
He's dead. But blind fire isn't guaranteed to hit this guy, so I think I'll... Oh, you can't do it to yourself. Right, right. Blind fire it is, then.
How quickly the tide turns.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm new to it. I'm familiar. My own experience in playing is somewhat limited.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's
But
end.
it's been for a while something I like to just watch other people play, so I thought I'd try my hand on it. At it. Alright, I guess we just camp now.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
We could literally have 2 feasts and still have food to spare, so let's go ahead and pig out. Get everybody's stress nice and low. And, hope we don't get a nighttime ambush, because I forgot to bring somebody with a prevention skill. Oops. Ah, hell.
Secrets secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Ah, it's just bandits, who cares?
Destroyed.
What the?
Exposed to a killing blow. Eradicated.
Alright, we're alright. Mostly.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Christ.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule. Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I have so much food. It's not just the arbalest for heals. If my fucking flagellant would ever get hit, I could also use redeem.
It is a travesty. A blundering mountain of hatred and rage.
So this is the Swine Prince.
Wow.
The Swine Prince has a gimmick, and that is he likes to hit people who have been marked. It hurts, but it's not unmanageable. I had a plan coming in, but I'm not sure my arbalest is actually fast enough to do it. That's a little obnoxious. Oh, okay. She is. Time for Rallying Flare. This gets rid of the mark. And now he's just sort of like, what do I do?
Soothed. Sedated.
Yeah, hit him! Oh, also, by the way, don't attack Wilbur. Wilbur is an asshole, and also if you hit him, the Swine Prince will get really, really mad and try to kill you. Like, even harder than usual. They're really not that low. Ha! Get owned. In general, dots are fairly effective against bosses because they take multiple actions. And also because you can just stack them up forever because they have so much health.
The thing is even more horrible in death. Liquefaction cannot come soon enough.
So, this is part 2 why Wilbur is an asshole. He just has his fucking AoE stun, and he spams it forever once the prince is dead. It usually won't stun lock you for more than a turn or two, but if you're struggling after killing the boss and you get unlucky, he can actually wipe you, and it's kind of hilarious.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay, what do I chuck? Probably the food. Neither of these are that good, but I guess I'll take the hood. Toss my torches. We're still in pretty good shape, so let's keep exploring. There's still curios and shit to find. Whether or not they'll be worth anything is another story entirely, but they're there. Box number 2!
A handsome
Much better.
reward for a task well performed.
A handsome reward for opening a box.
Cruel
Rude.
machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
My jester has not been having a good time of it today. Have some alcohol for your dipsomania. Fucking hunger. It's a good thing this was the last fight. He's dead. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I gotta get that treated.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. The blood quickens. Soothed.
I forgot to put blind fire back on. Oops.
Back to the pit. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I believe I already have one of these. I guess I'll toss my anti-venom. I can just sell it.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
And that's 60 gold? Yeah, I'll just leave it. Alright, and that's that. Okay, that's good. My flagellant is veteran level now. I've been wanting to take him into the gardens.
A finely crafted instrument of butchery and bloodshed. Yours for the taking.
Hell yeah! Give me that butchery and bloodshed. Ah, fucking finally, a bounty hunter.
The thrill of the hunt.
Hopefully this one won't die on its
Promises
first outing.
imminent.
Not nearly enough deeds. Unfortunate. Though I guess I could reduce cost. That's probably a good investment.
Fan the flames. Mold the metal. We are raising an army.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put, Miss I Have the Black Plague in the sanitarium. And we've been going for 3 hours and 54 minutes, and I think that's probably enough for one day. Thank you all for watching. I'm really sorry about chat-related difficulties. Next time that happens, I'll just have to be more aggressive about refreshing my dashboard. Because I did it once and it didn't seem to do anything, but then I did it again and it worked. Websites are hard. Anyway, we will be going again same time tomorrow, but it's Friday. So on Friday I'm gonna play a different game. And that game is gonna be Subnautica. Something I've been meaning to do for a while. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, be sure to tune back in then. Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. PST. Right, like, follow, and subscribe? Is that how you do this? Oh, I don't know, I'm bad at endings. Bye, everybody.